It's quite a mouthful to me, that word, oppression, because I deal with it a lot on a daily basis. And for anyone who's curious, I'm a closeted person.
You said this thing and it was really hurtful, and being able to say, I'm sorry, and what can I do, what do you need from me, so that it doesn't happen again.
Being gay and Asian, I've sometimes have come across instances of being discriminated against, not being able to do something because of who I am. I find Grindr, always on Grindr, is you always see things like, oh, no Asians, and that's always I think that's rude. That's pretty racist, and I don't understand why someone would limit a whole race, ethnicity of people. So it's like saying not one person of any Asian descent looks attractive to you.
People wonder why I am so open and I'm so talkative, even when I'm dealing with a lot of oppression, because at home, I live with a really traditional and strict Chinese family, and a lot of the topics that I would normally talk about with other people would not be a comfortable subject to talk about at home. Specifically, issues regarding homosexuality.
To me, oppression is the opposite of support. So not feeling included, not feeling safe, not feeling a sense of belonging, feeling excluded, feeling like you can't freely express yourself or be yourself.
Like, a lot of people are really mean. I came from a smaller city, so I didn't really have that much support. I was really closeted when I was younger until I came to Toronto.
I'm always being told by my father that I shouldn't be hanging out downtown all the time because he said that there are a lot of gay people, and that my mother's biggest fear is for me to turn gay or to walk in the wrong path. And so it's very hurtful, and it's not a nice environment to live in.
I find that I have a really good external support system. I have amazing friends, I have family, chosen family, there's a lot of wonderful resources for me. But I find the thing most difficult with support is finding ways in which I can support myself. I feel that support is often seen like a lot of people holding space with you or talking to somebody, but at times I identify as an introvert, and that isn't necessarily the best space for me.
I think it's sometimes hard to find support, but support can be your family, it can be your sister, cousin, it could be your friends, it can be a neighbor. Sometimes a support for me is someone that I don't even know. Sometimes it feels good to talk to someone that I never met before and tell them all my secrets or just things that I've been feeling.
Relationship. When I think about relationship, I think about the foundations for a healthy friendship, like trust and support and understanding and open, honest communication, appreciation, acknowledgement, and recognition.
Romantic. Trust each other and tell the truth. That's all.
Relationship to me means not only between a boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 or boyfriend and boyfriend, and so on. It also means between friends, parents, even like bosses and employees and all that kind of stuff.
I want to be able to really have that open communication and authenticity, and to be able to really just, communicate and have that be returned, and to be able to have a very kind of supportive dialogue that way.
Feeling safe to be who you are, feeling safe to be vulnerable, and feeling safe to strive to be a better person.
For me, when I think of relationships, I think of, familial relationships. I think of, friendships that I have. I think of, a stranger that I meet on the street and the kind of relationship that, striking up a conversation, and that's kind of building relationships. It's about, it could be a romantic relationship, but it's basically just about the people that you have in your life.
Safer sex means having a space in which my partner or partners know my needs and respect my boundaries and ask for consent. And at the same time, I'm also aware of their needs, and it's an open space to communicate. And I think it needs to go on all levels of like spiritually, emotionally, and physically. And I feel that on all levels, it needs to be respected. And I need to be able to communicate with how I feel, being like, oh, well, this doesn't feel right for me and I don't think I would like to do it, or maybe like that actually is really good. Let's do that some more.
Okay, so top 3 things: open, honest communication, consent, and protection for safer sex. By protection, not just like diaphragms and condoms and stuff, but also feeling safe, feeling like you can communicate, and being able to say stop, and feeling when you feel uncomfortable with something, and feeling safe with the people or person that you're with.
You just have to be prepared for that kind of things. You need to learn about that. Even if you didn't learn about high school, or I know it's a little bit harder for like the gay community to tell like teachers and things, just look it up or go to your local community center.
Get a test for HIV. I'm going to go for HIV testing. People, I feel like they get scared about talking about it. And it shouldn't be a bad thing. People think it's a bad thing.
Just be careful. If you're not sure about someone, use condoms, use the proper protection, have the proper education, and if you suspect something, at least let your partner know.
When I go dancing, I like to move and things. Like I find that more sexy, like how you move your body rolls, and like showing a little bit of body, like skin and stuff. That's how I kind of found my sexiness.
Different people have different opinion for sexy. Maybe some people more attracted to the muscle, but for me, is the good personality is more sexy.
Honestly, I can't really say because like I've never really felt that way. So I mean, I guess if you have like dictionary term, like I guess when one thinks they're like, I don't know, hot or like they're the shit or something. Oh wait, am I not supposed to swear?
To me, it means just being confident and knowing yourself, and to be comfortable with your image. And to me, every single day I wake up in the morning, it takes me quite a bit of time to kind of look at myself in the mirror and say, okay, I'm okay with myself to step out and just be like, hey, this is who I am. I don't give a crap of, what you think about me.
I think everyone has a lot of insecurities about how they look, and it's hard to overcome them. It's hard to look in the mirror at myself and be like, oh, I like how I look. Because I think like there's always those little things that I kind of wish could be better. If my teeth were a little bit smaller.
Sexy is whatever you make of it, really. I mean, you can give a lot of, meaning or context or power to the word sexy in terms of creating those possibilities for yourself and how you want to be able to contextualize sexy and what it means for you. But for me, sexy is a state of being, and it can be very exciting because we might not know what sexy means to us, and every day sexy might be different. Today you might feel like looking a certain way or being a certain way. Tomorrow you might feel like being a certain way. But it's just about being able to just be and not having to overthink it or even to try, but just to be.
Body image is very difficult just because we're seeing a lot of images of what normal bodies should look like or what normal desirable bodies should look like. And I feel like it takes a lot of work to break down and kind of dismantle that idea. And for me, I have to remind myself that different bodies can also be beautiful, and that my body is beautiful, and there are different parts of it that I need to find and appreciate more. Some
people have come to me, and I worry about that they would see my big teeth. But others have told me like, oh, I've never noticed that you had big teeth. I noticed that you have a big smile. And that's always, it's really touching.
Without support, nothing would be possible, and without the love and openness of other human beings. And every single day I wake up, I strive to be a stronger person than I was the other day and the next day, because to me life is beautiful, and it's taken me a long time to actually come to myself and say, look, nothing in this world and nothing in this life may be perfect. Nothing is ever fair, nothing is ever perfect. But as long as you remember that you're still alive and that you're beautiful as a person and that life is beautiful in general, that's all that really matters.